What's up everybody, Ultimate Reviews here and welcome back for another video. So we've approached that time of year again where Samsung are getting ready to introduce a new member into the Samsung Galaxy S family. Now this time it's been codenamed Project Zero, but it's better known as the Samsung Galaxy S6. Now as you guys can imagine, there's a ton of rumours out on the internet and it could get really confusing. So this video is going to bring them all together and we're pretty much going to talk through some of them. I hope you guys enjoy. Let's not waste any time, let's get straight into this. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with the display and the screen size. Now, there's been rumours suggesting that it will go up by 0.1 or 0.2 inches, and judging on the trend of increasing screen size on all previous smartphones from the Galaxy S brand, it really won't surprise me. It's always gone up by either 0.1 or 0.2 inches. So, you know, there is no surprise there if it goes up. However, there has been a few rumours suggesting that we may see a 5.5 inch display on the Samsung Galaxy S6. You know, so that's a massive jump from the 5.1 inches. And since the release of the Nexus 6, I'm really, I'm ready for anything. The Nexus 6 went from 5 to 6 inches. That's a whole inch in, one upgrade in the model. So Samsung, they may take that big jump, but personally I think that the Samsung Galaxy, the whole brand, is perfect because it's your ideal screen size. It's not massive, and for me personally, if I wanted big from Samsung, I would go with the Note series, and that is what the Note series is for. It's made to be big. I feel like the Samsung Galaxy S brand is meant to be more compact and more easy to pull out, and just more for your everyday usage and nothing too big. So if they kept it at 5.1 inches or maybe pushed it to 5.2 or even 5.3, that would be fine. But I think a 5.5, that's basically entering into this. That's the same size as the Samsung Galaxy Note 2. So it is entering into a much bigger type of phone, and they may want to compete against the iPhone 6 Plus, which was 5.5. But I think 5.1 inches is a perfect size, and I think a lot of Samsung Galaxy S5 users would agree with me on that one. So moving on to resolutions. Now in 2014 everyone went crazy over resolutions in smartphones, and I'm pretty sure they will again this year. Now we saw a whole bunch of 2K display smartphones, and I have to say they look really nice. And it helps even more now considering that we can now watch 2K resolution videos on those 2K display smartphones on the YouTube app, which was actually optimized for those phones last year, and that's pretty cool. We can now watch videos even higher than 1080p. I have no problem with that. Videos are going to look a whole lot better. Now with the Samsung Galaxy S5, they released a 2K version. However, it was only available in certain parts of the world, such as Korea. So someone like me, if I wanted to order it, I would have to pay a whole load more fees just to bring it over to the UK, when I shouldn't really have to. And I really thought they were going to include a 2K display on the base model of the S5. So hopefully Samsung don't make that same mistake again. Hopefully they include a 2K display on their base model of the Samsung Galaxy S6. That would be perfect. Now there was one rumor I heard that Samsung are going to include a 4K display. Now at first when I heard this, I said no way, that's not going to happen. But then again, I thought, this is Samsung and anything could happen. They could go absolutely crazy and include a 4K display. It really wouldn't surprise me. But I don't really think that's going to happen, not just yet. And there's still a whole lot more development to go. But that's definitely something to put in the back of your mind, and we may see that definitely in some future Samsung smartphones. I know that's definitely around the corner. 4K, it's definitely something big, so including that in a smartphone would take probably a little bit more time, but it's definitely something to keep at the back of your mind. We may see it on the Samsung Galaxy S7 or S8 or whatever they're going to call it, but we will definitely see that in the future. Now we may also be seeing some thinner bezels, which just looks incredible. From the photos you guys can see now, these are the alleged photos that were taken of the Samsung Galaxy S6. We can't be too sure of its authenticity, but if that is the Samsung Galaxy S6, I have to say it looks really beautiful. Those thin bezels just look absolutely incredible, and imagine that with the screen powered on, and watching a film. That would just look so nice. You've got more screen action going on, and that is what we need. So if that is the design for the Samsung Galaxy S6 display, I am totally in support of it. So moving on to the design of the Samsung Galaxy S6 and the material they're going to use to design it. Now, I think it's pretty obvious we're going to see aluminium on the Samsung Galaxy S6. The Samsung Galaxy Note 4 featured it, and the Galaxy Alpha also featured it, which sadly has been discontinued. But yeah, those devices both featured a metal frame, and I have to say, it feels and looks absolutely incredible. It definitely gives their smartphones a whole more premium feel. Now, I know the word premium is overused with technology so much, but it really does give it that really nice feel in the hand, and you know, a whole lot more sturdiness and weight to it. So I think that would be great if they included it on the Samsung Galaxy S6. And it also helps to reduce the actual thickness of the phone. The Samsung Galaxy Alpha measures in at Samsung's greatest 6.1 millimeters thick, which is incredible. Samsung Galaxy S5 was 8.1 millimeters thick, which is a massive jump from 6.5, and they pretty much have the same internals, but the Samsung Galaxy Alpha was super thin. It's one of Samsung's thinnest. So yeah, that would be great to see the metal frame on the Samsung Galaxy S6. Alright guys, so we're going to move on to the processor now. So this is the year of the Snapdragon 810 processor, there is no doubt about that. If you haven't checked it out, I strongly recommend you do. Go on Google or go on YouTube and just type it in and have a read through or have a watch through, and I guarantee you, you will be surprised. So to summarize it all, the 810 processor comes with 8 cores. Now, 4 cores would go to the much more extensive use, such as gaming, you know, streaming videos, download, stuff like that that require a lot of power from the smartphone, whilst the 4 other little cores would go towards the much more lighter use, such as, you know, making text messages, phone calls and stuff like that. And there's actually a really big advantage to that. So basically, whilst those 4 little cores are being used, the processor is going to be able to kind of tell the battery how much power it needs, rather than just, you know, spreading out the battery life unnecessarily. So overall, we're going to be having a whole lot more battery life left on our smartphones, if of course your smartphone has the 810 processor, and that's like a massive advantage. We've had a lot of problems with battery lives with smartphones, you know, over a really long period of time. So it's great to see that there's a processor now that can actually, you know, differentiate the battery life depending on what the phone is doing, and that's perfect. So now when you're not really doing anything on your phone, your battery life isn't being wasted. But it doesn't just end there. Now, the Snapdragon 810 processor is also going to be able to stream 4K video, which is incredible. Now, Qualcomm also promised that we're going to see a 30% increase in the graphic performance, whilst also seeing a 20% reduction in the power consumption from the processor whilst it's, you know, running all these intensive tasks. So that's incredible. We're no longer going to have a processor that's, you know, performing really well, but then also literally sucking all the battery life from the battery. So it's great to see that this processor is really efficient with the battery life and performance. Now, moving on to the camera. Surprisingly, I actually didn't hear too much information about this. There wasn't any rumors going around, but I did hear there was going to be a 20 megapixel rear-facing camera, which obviously is going to look incredible. But to be honest, I think the sensor on the Samsung Galaxy S5 is already incredible. It takes some really great photos, some really deep and rich colors. So I guess you can't really go wrong, but then again, there's nothing wrong with a bit of improvement. So Samsung, we probably may see an improvement in their camera sensor, but to be honest, I really don't think they can add anything more. It already looks great. And we've finally come to the last segment of the video. I thought I might as well include this. So TouchWiz, yeah, that's a very shady topic to talk about. Now, a lot of people actually don't like it for some reason, and personally, I like the look of it. I like the way it works, the themes, and you know, it just looks like a really nice appearance for a smartphone, especially on the S5 with all the new features they added. The only thing I don't like about it, and I'm sure a lot of Samsung users would agree with me on this one again, is the bloatware that comes with it. There's a lot of useless apps, you know, things like Smart Scroll and, you know, the eye feature where if you're not looking at the screen it turns off and stuff like that. I find that completely useless, and it really just adds to the RAM that's being used up in the phone, and it just makes the phone slower. So I think if Samsung could get rid of all of those useless features and just made it pure TouchWiz, where you know you've got this really nice looking theme. But don't get me wrong, some of the features on TouchWiz are really useful, like smart I don't know, air view, that's it, where you hover your finger over your videos and pictures and it kind of gives you a bigger preview. Stuff like that are really useful, but then again you have the really useless features. I think Samsung should revise over some of their features and get rid of the ones that people really don't use. It would just simply reduce the amount of bloatware we see on TouchWiz. But yeah, other than that guys, this has been my what to expect video on the Samsung Galaxy S6. Rumors are always changing, so I might have to make like another video in a few weeks talking about different rumors. But the Samsung Galaxy S6 is not far away. We should see it at Mobile World Congress in February at Barcelona. Yeah, I can't wait. I think the Samsung Galaxy S6 is going to be a really nice looking phone, especially with all of the secret plans Samsung have in their bag for 2015. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please show the love by hitting the thumbs up button. It really helps out a lot. Check out my Twitter and check out my Instagram. You surely will not regret it. And I shall see you all in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.